Looks like we're doing hand plates next, so I better rearrange this. I'm pretty sure I have this in the next section, so we're going to start it up. I'm sure this is fine. I should have brought tissues, shouldn't I? Well, that's on me for not remembering to do that after multiple seasons have been consumed of this show. Yeah. This is fine. I'm not going to be a crying, weepy mess at the end of this. This is fine. It's such a lighthearted and happy story that doesn't make me fear reality at all.
2:06 a.m.
And Gaster is dead.
Tired. Just tired.
Cigarettes, glasses, the coffee's turned over.
There's no point in saying I hate this, right?
No, not really.
I hate this.
Thanks for your input.
Got a reason for whatever you're doing this time?
Okay, does anyone else find it weird that he's a standard skeleton under the clothes, but when he was wearing clothes, he looks like he has more pudge on him? Or do they have invisible skin or something?
Or are you just bored and got nothing better to do? Hey, maybe you could saw my head off too, so me and my bro can have matching scars. That'd be interesting for you, right?
I always have reasons for what I do.
No, you don't.
Mind sharing
just
them for
think you
once? Or are you just gonna go, you wouldn't understand, for the 80th time?
You wouldn't understand.
81st.
Not completely.
81.
If we reach 100, do I get a prize?
No. He's using the hands to manipulate things inside the water. I'm sorry, I'm actually holding on to this one because it's actually kind of cool, because before it's always been just using magic alone, not actually grabbing things with them, so it's kind of cool he's doing that.
Well,
Guess he has a
don't
word
know
about
why
breathing.
I indulge either of you. It's no use to me in the long run.
Or you can cut their tongue out.
Probably
Oh, wait.
detrimental, honestly.
hey, what are we gonna do even if you do tell us, huh? Nothing.
Why does he have a hammer and a chisel? Ah!
We got all the power here, so why not?
Do you remember what I've told you about souls?
What?
They're the culmination of our beings or something.
Yes. That
What's he
applies
doing?
both to humans and to monsters.
He wouldn't know about humans at this point, would he? Or,
And to
Yeah.
you. The two of you are unique. There's never been anything like you before, and there never will be anything like you again. most
Why?
likely.
We're things, you said.
Yes. You are constructs, artificial beings created following a monster's blueprints. Now, do you recall what monsters are made of?
Magic.
Yes, and that magic is created and maintained by our souls. A monster's body, therefore, is a direct manifestation of their soul.
oh, he literally pried off a piece of the head.
And the two of you have unique souls, unlike any other monster that's ever lived.
Therefore, your bodies and their potential strengths and weaknesses and limitations are completely unknown.
And that's why he broke off a piece of it. Ugh. Sorry, just literally chiseling off pieces of it. And Mega Man, you mentioned. So, who should we send the apology video template so they can get a TWA approved apology video for you? What you had to watch? Oh my god, that'd be Airier. Airier's the one. I'm gonna blame him for this. I know it wasn't his suggestion, but I'm gonna blame him on this one for the Styro Pyro video.
I've already made unexpected discoveries by pushing your limits, so I'm continuing to explore my options.
Now are you satisfied?
No.
Did you ever enjoy it?
Excuse me?
Did you ever enjoy hurting us?
I do what I have to.
That's
Oh.
not an answer.
That's a lie he tells himself. Is he willing to answer that?
But it's the only one you got, isn't it?
Oh. Wait, he has a tail? Yeah, he has a tailbone and an actual tail going off there. I think on people the tailbone is not nearly that big. Huh. Just imagine a chipmunk version of him.
What were you like before you made us?
It doesn't matter.
Did you do this kind of thing before?
Irrelevant.
Were you nice back then?
And going back to back with Sans making him admit he doesn't like this still, and he can't bring himself to say it. Or he does, and he can't bring himself to say it. And Papyrus going immediately into the emotional damage. I kind of like this so far, because it's getting to hurt Gaster by pointing out the things that will cause him mental, emotional trauma. And I'm focusing on that rather than, oh god, he's literally prying off pieces of them, and I'm sure something worse will come up.
Were you happy once? What happened?
Come on, we've wasted enough time. Oh, subject 1, give me the color cube. I'm going to need it later.
Why? Pulled him into the lasers. Yes. Yes. Keep throwing him into the lasers till you can get out.
Brother, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I let go in time. Huh? His hand! Get his hand and turn off the beams! Quick, this is our chance!
He's hurt.
Who cares? Get his
Papyrus.
hand! Come on, hurry! What are you doing?
He's hurt. He's hurt really bad. I can't just leave him like this.
What? No! Turn off the beams! What are you doing? What? Are you listening? Brother! Brother, come on! Don't you! What do you think's gonna happen if you help him, huh? He's not gonna let us go. He's not gonna change. Think about what he did to you. This is our chance. This is our only chance to get out of here. Brother, please, I'm begging you. Just leave him. Please, please.
God damn it, Papyrus. I mean, I just... You could have used his hand to turn off the beam and then healed him a little. You didn't have to go direct. He said he wouldn't kill anyone. I guess that means even by just ignoring it. He's sticking to his guns on this one, but dear God, man. He's definitely too good for this.
Please.
This is probably why Sans stops telling him everything. And he's just going to hurt Papyrus because he can't hurt Sans. Ugh. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Gaster. And yeah. Also, I'm turning the audio down on this part because every time they do this, it gets claimed, so I do not want to deal with that.
No, 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 no.
Why? Why did you do that?
You were hurt. I couldn't just...
You couldn't.
You easily could.
Can't believe it. Even when it costs you everything, still you... I don't understand. After everything Where does that blind, unthinking kindness come from?
Well, you made me, so... It must have come from you, right?
Really don't think so. That's more just a you thing. I just... He's not going to take this well.
You don't understand. You really don't understand at all. A human would have escaped. A human would have let me die. Your mercy is going to get you killed.
I mean, technically, he is both right and wrong, depending on how you played the game. A human would and would not do both of those.
You may get us all killed.
And the damage done to him is Papyrus being nice, more than the actual lasers. What does he know about people, though? I don't know what he dealt with prior to this. Hell, I don't think most people in canon do,
I
so...
took 2P with me when I left. 1S was too agitated to safely open the cell without chancing his escape.
And
I was... not at full strength.
And if you brought Sans, he would definitely fuck you up, because he should! And Papyrus will go out of his way to keep you up.
I locked 2P in a room alone while I recuperated. Normally isolation is a punishment, but this time I wanted some time to myself. 2P was already upset when we left, and being left alone for so long did no favors.
Are you mad at us? Please don't hurt him. Don't hurt my brother. He didn't mean to, I swear.
Oh, he definitely
I'm not
will.
angry.
He's not?
Come on.
Really?
Really?
You aren't mad at him?
Why?
I would have done the same thing in his place. I'm in no position to judge. I should
I mean, yeah, you kind of are. You are literally doing that constantly. But I mean, hypocrisy is literally his characterization right now, so sure.
have been more careful.
Are you mad at me?
That's more complicated.
Such a fragile state would lead to usual comforting on his return, or so I thought. This time, though...
Brother?
How could you do that?
Things did not go as usual.
He was hurt.
We could have escaped. We could have got out of here and you throw it away for him.
Well, what was I supposed to do?
Open the door and then heal him. He couldn't fight back at that point. You could have escaped.
Let him die. It's not like he doesn't deserve it after everything he's done to you. He should have died. If I was the one out there, I would have...
You would have... How could you? How could you let someone...
How could you choose him over me?
They did not say anything more.
Ooh.
When I checked in on them before I left, I saw for the first time that they were sleeping apart. I'd long assumed that the bond they developed was unbreakable, only strengthening under duress. Anything done to drive them apart would only bring them closer together. It appears I was wrong.
Papyrus is a kid. He makes a decision that makes sense for a kid. It's all or nothing immediately with no other thought process. It's also why Sans wasn't like trying to negotiate. It's like, okay, heal him after the door's open. Because it was still all or nothing immediate. Do what you need to do right now. Because they're kids, they wouldn't think it through. And also, it was so immediate. But also... I kind of hate right here, right at this section, because Gaster sounds so smug because he learned a bit more new information. And I'm just here going like, you really should have just been left to die.
Entry. This is becoming
glitch.
worrisome. A potential problem. The two of them have not reconciled, and as a result, they are doing poorly.
And he's now in a hoodie instead. They have a lot of clothes options. Is it just me or is he becoming less and less professional as the show goes on? Because I thought he was in a lab coat to start with.
I remember being concerned about this earlier when I first introduced them to each other. My misgivings were not unfounded. Their first taste of loneliness is poisoning them. 1S refuses to speak to me at all. He will follow directions, but he only puts in the barest minimum of effort, regardless of threats or punishment.
Because he's done with this shit.
I've grown used to... Normally, he tries to engage me in debate or get on my nerves in some attempt to prove something.
And he's mentioned growing used to it because he's getting worn down to actually talking to them, treating them like people. And the sudden pulling back is making him aware of it. He doesn't like it.
But lately, nothing. He does not even seem angry.
Burned
just
out.
Lifeless. Hopeless. Even the slightest movement seems to exhaust him. It is increasingly difficult to get him to even wake up each day.
Because he had a taste of hope that he could escape, and now the depression is setting in that it won't. And because it felt like a betrayal because of Papyrus.
2P does not lack for energy, but it comes with a new fragility. He'd relied on his 1S's support before whenever he failed at something, and now...
And you can see him cutting out his brother because he was referring to them as people, not subjects. The glitches in his own mentality are becoming more frequent.
Now, with nothing to bolster him, he's lost. He cannot focus, and even tests he used to pass are becoming impossible. With each new failure, he gets worse. He's begun asking me for reassurance, which certainly proves he's desperate. It's strange to see them so quiet. I wonder what they're thinking about.
And he wrote out the full thought before scratching it out, as opposed to normally where he would stop when he realized he was doing that.
I always thought I'd enjoy the day when 2P realized that his mercy would have real consequences. That it would get people hurt.
Asgore and Toriel with baby Gaster getting a college degree, it looks like. And isn't that the scarf Papyrus usually? Oh, there's a... Wait, what is...
But now that it's come, it's just inconvenient. At this rate, little is going to be accomplished. I'm not sure they'll even heal each other properly like this. The question is, what to do? These sorts of social dramas are, admittedly, not in my skill
trying to repair
set.
his lab coat.
I'm not sure I
Only had
wouldn't
the
just
one.
make things worse. I am the focal point of this entire argument, after all. It looks as though 2P is having a nightmare. Usually 1S is so close by he can wake him, but this time...
Is he awake or asleep? And we don't even get to see the eye to see if he woke up.
he's alone.
And he woke up. Sans was still asleep. But but he's waking up because of the sobbing. Will he interact though? What? What? What is up with this? It's Gaster's hand. Something is cut out. What is this supposed to mean?
Come on, bro. You gotta breathe.
If I say you were right, will you stop hating me?
Oh, jeez. I don't hate you.
I don't understand.
The eyes
You
are
said
glowing.
I was. You always understood before when I didn't want to kill anything, but this time you.
It wasn't the same. We could.
I know, but I'd always be thinking about how we left him, and your soul. I want to say whatever will make you stop being mad at me, but I don't know what it is. I wish he was dead.
Jeez, you don't have to do that.
I hate this because it makes sense. Because it's being depicted well. It's abused kids saying what they think will make the pain stop. In this case, this pain doesn't even exist because he doesn't hate him. I mean, this is probably where they reconcile because neither one actually hates each other, but just reminding us that they're kids because it was what was immediately available and nothing else. And that's why they're having this problem. God damn, man. This is...
I wish he was. I wish
he's
I left
lying.
him.
Don't say that. You're just gonna work yourself up again. And I know you don't mean
Sans
it.
knows. Yeah, he
I
does.
do. I really.
You don't mean it. It's not in you.
Really isn't.
It's in me and it's in him, but it's just not in you. I guess it's how you were made. And it wasn't really fair to ask you that in the first place, I guess.
Again, open the door, then heal him. But they're kids, so that much additional thought would not be there.
It's just... we were so close. We were so close to getting out of here and never getting hurt again, and I'm sick of seeing you get hurt, you know? Sometimes I hate him so much for it, it scares me, and seeing you heal him, thinking about it still makes me mad. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve someone like you caring about him after everything he's done. You got all this faith in him, and he ain't ever gonna pay it back to you.
If anything, he probably had something in the background to catch them if they tried to leave. Because it seems like the kind of thing he would do. Michael Hamilton, if I need to stop, I should do so. I think I got enough to get through just a little more, but... the thing about Handplates isn't that it's so insane, or it's really crazy like Pyro, or that's the most emotionally disturbing. It's that it somehow feels true. It doesn't feel played up or overdone or melodramatic. It feels like you're seeing abused kids dealing with someone who's fucked up in the head and in their own world trying to do the right thing. But it's all levels of broken people hurting each other and kids becoming broken. And even now you see they're trying to hurt each other because they can't reconcile those basic parts. And just... it's a level of reality that you only can find in fiction, because when you do this in nonfiction, there's always that level of interpretation and projection that makes nonfiction so less true than fiction. Because reality depicted is insane. It doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't have to be true. It can be random bullshit. But when you have fiction like this, it has to pay attention to exactly how mentality works if everything was going right. And everything is going right for the most pain to sound realistic, and I hate it.
You're too good for him. And I really would have let him die.
Yeah.
If I was out there. So maybe you're too good for me, too.
And if he asks you not to, though.
I don't get it. I don't get how you can be like that. I think I really messed this up.
I don't get how you could leave someone to die, either. But I don't think that makes you bad. Just because you could, or you think you could, that doesn't mean you will, right? You could make a good choice instead. And I know you'd make a good choice.
See, I don't get how you do that. Have faith in these things that just hurt you.
The music is inspirational to show that Papyrus is, oddly enough, the one giving the pep talk to Sans here. But this is also the exact same conversation Gaster has had, both in this episode and in Season 1, when he was confronting Papyrus about being so good and how he didn't understand. It's just instead of Gaster saying it, it's Sans saying it now. And Michael Hamilton mentioned the most emotional stuff is the ones that hit close to reality. God knows that's true.
You're my brother. I trust you. I know you'd make the right choice. Everyone can make the right choice if they just try. I know they can. I know you can. Even if you hurt people or do bad things, that doesn't mean you still can't decide to be good instead. You can always be good, no matter what you've done.
Just some destiny hide. And all I can see right now is this is why, even after Papyrus dies in the genocide run, in game you are still allowed to take it back against Sans. You can undo a lot of that shit up until you kill him.
And if it's too hard to be good, then I'll help you. You can trust me too.
I just don't get it.
Yeah.
Me and him both don't get it.
Yeah.
God, we really are the same.
You're not the same, brother. You care about me. You're the only one that's ever really cared about me.
Yeah. Papyrus being the emotional heart. This started with Papyrus having a nightmare and thinking his brother hated him, and then immediately throwing his own mental issues aside to comfort his brother and being truthful with himself, throwing away the delusion that his brother hates him. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Michael Hamilton. You can't watch the abuse stuff. True crime is way too true sometimes.
Yeah. You too.
I'm sorry I disappointed you.
I'm sorry I asked you to do something like that. Probably wouldn't have worked out anyway.
Probably not.
Nothing ever does.
We'll get out of here someday. I promise. Somehow.
Okay.
It seems like you and your brother.
I'm good. I'm good. This is fine. That hit. I just needed a second.
Subject 2 have reconciled.
I guess.
You don't
he's
sound
still
very
tired.
enthused. Well, no! And I liked that one too.
What did that say? Before it broke, what did it say? Bump. Did we get to see what it was on that one? No, it was facing away. Because he has a bunch of mugs and it's too blurry to read it. I know we've seen it before. World's best dad. He crossed it out and wrote scientist.
And I liked that one
Symbolism indeed.
too. Huh. Nothing to say?
Like what?
Like some smart comment about my clumsiness, or perhaps a clever parallel drawn between breaking a cup and breaking your eye. Something of that nature. It's unlike you to pass up an opportunity to needle me.
But also showing that those needles have hit home because you're immediately thinking about them and making the comparison yourself.
How are you feeling?
Why do you care?
He doesn't.
I keep closer tabs on your emotional state than you might think, for a few different reasons.
And sometimes you may or may not even understand them. Watching and understanding are very different things, though.
I assumed your energy level would improve after it was resolved, but that seems not to be the case.
Guess so.
Sans
How
is playing
do
at
you
something.
feel?
I don't feel anything. Hey, guess we got something in common, huh?
Oh?
Come on, brother. Come and play a game with me.
Yep, that's where I'm gonna cut this one. I thought I could do more, but just that level of Sans being done with this shit because he had the realization that of how similar he is to Gaster, on top of everything about Papyrus, and then I thought the first episode, the first beginning part where I checked out the season, maybe it would be better and there'd be an upswing. No, it really isn't. I like this. I'm enjoying this. I love seeing how this is being done. But damn if this isn't hard to watch. This is dark and disturbing, and for all the reasons I mentioned earlier, it hits so hard. And then there's people in the comments mentioning me it gets worse. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's why I don't want to move on at this moment, because I think if something else hit worse right now, I would be a wreck. So I'm gonna not do this for a moment and yeah, just take a second. Maybe go watch something funny. I'll see you guys when we do the next one as well. Thanks for sticking around for Handplates. I like this. I have no idea what that says about me, but I actually like this as much as it causes pain. Yeah. Maybe the next one will be a little less true to form and realistic and actually really well done. That'd be a nice change. Make it less good. Yep. See you guys then.